Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 3 of hybrid biology. Here is an overview of the agenda for the week. This week, we're going to be starting our ecology unit, and our focus is going to be on communities, the different types of organisms in a community, and how they all interact with each other. So this week, you're going to have some notes to take. You may print them and handwrite them if you wish, or you may make a copy of the document and type them yourself. I provide a fill in the blank note sheet for you, so you do not have to take your own notes in a notebook. If you type them, I suggest you do that Chromebook trick by splitting your screen, pressing Alt in the two brackets, so that way you can type in your notes as you watch the Edpuzzle. I am going to be asking me to show me your notes when we wrap up the unit. If you want to go back and review notes, if you want to look at the PowerPoint that I used to make all the Edpuzzle videos, you can click on this link and it'll bring you right to the ecology unit folder. That's where all of our stuff related to ecology is going to go. Our first quiz is planned on Wednesday, 10/7. This date is subject to change, but for now, be planning on having a quiz on Wednesday, 10/7. I did include a study guide for you. If you want to access it, you just click on this link. And the study guide will tell you everything that you need to know in preparation for the quiz, all the vocabulary, and all the things that you're going to have to be able to do for the quiz. So it's only one short page, 6 things that you have to do. There is a lot of vocabulary, but many of these words are going to be reviewed because a lot of this stuff you learned in environmental science last year. These are the objectives for the week. You're going to be able to identify examples of symbiotic relationships, mutualism, parasitism, commensalism. And we will be looking at a specific example of a symbiotic relationship. And we'll be looking at actual data in order to form an argument as to whether or not that symbiotic relationship is parasitic or mutualistic. While we're in class, we'll talk about food chains and food webs, and we'll make a model of a food web. We will also talk about a concept known as the 10% rule to explain, and we will explain the connection between the amount of energy at each level in a food chain and the biomass at each level. We'll talk about what those terms mean. And we'll do an activity all about population growth. So you will be analyzing data to explain how birth and death rates contribute to the overall growth of a population. So here is the agenda. You have the attendance tracker that you need to do. If you have not already done so, you need to do that experimental variables activity. That was the activity on the little water plant with the lamp. So if you haven't already done that, you need to turn it in. We started in class. If you need help on it, I did post a Zoom link and people can just pop into whenever. If you need help on an assignment or if you just want to say hi, that link will be open from 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. After you finish that, there's the Edpuzzle video and the notes all about communities and introduction to ecology. Then there's an activity about symbiotic relationships. where you'll be looking at some examples of different organisms and identifying whether they are mutualistic, parasitic, or commensalistic. And then there's the discussion board post. In addition to the discussion board posts, you also need to respond to 2 other classmates' posts. And in the video, I give some directions for how to do that. You need to have your initial post done by Wednesday, the 30th, but you have until your next remote day to do it. So if you're in cohort A, you need to do it on the 2nd. Cohort B, you have to have it done by the 6th. Later on in the week, we will talk about populations. While you're remote, you'll do an activity on populations. And then while we're in class, we'll do an activity all about food chains and food webs and the 10% rule. The stuff here that you see in red, those links will be updated. They are not currently up there now. Once you see these words that are red turn blue, that means those links will be up and ready. So if you are one of those people who like to get a head start on this work, just keep an eye out for when these links turn blue. All right. If you have any questions on anything, feel free to drop it by and have a Zoom chat with me, or feel free to send me an email. Good luck, everyone. I will see you either on Friday of this week or Tuesday of next week.